Alright, so this is a quick tutorial on how to create a two-color silk screen transparency for the transparencies. This is a two-color print that we're doing for trichrome. You'll see that Richard has already sized things correctly, 6.38. So all I need to do is put this onto a different sheet that is printable in our printer. My transparency printer is going to be 8.5 by 11, so the transparency that I'm using is 8.5 by 11. So what I'm going to do is create a different sheet that's 8.5 by 11 inches. The width is going to be 11. The height is 8.5. So that's this sheet right here. So now what I want to do is bring my design into this sheet. So I'm going to use my marquee tool to select the area that I want to copy. I'm going to press Command C, go to my sheet and press Command V. That's my design here. So from here I want to separate these colors into different layers. So I want to add 3 more layers to this. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to title them red layer, black layer, and the third one is for registration. Okay, so my registration is here. I'm going to select that layer, go to my tool, custom shape, stars, and I like stars, but you can really use any shape for registration. And really the registration just gets printed on both color transparencies so that you can line them up appropriately when you're setting up your screens. So this doesn't really matter how you do it, but I like doing black with no stroke and then 4 stars around it. And again, this will just register your layers when you're printing. Next, I want to go back to my layer that has the design on it. I'm going to select my black colors. So you'll see this selected all of my black. I'm going to press Command C to copy, go to my black layer and press Shift Command V to paste it in place. That pasted it in place. If you don't press Shift, it'll just paste it at a random place and you don't want that. So again, Shift Command V to get that to my black layer. I'm going to go back to my design layer. I'm going to select the reds with my magic wand tool. Press Command C, go to my red layer, Shift Command V to paste it in place. So just to check, you can unselect the design layer for viewing, unselect your black layer, and you'll see this is my red layer, that's my black layer. So now we have our different colors ready to go on their different layers. I like to add a stroke because it makes things easier for registration. So you'll see that this red line is very close to this black line, and that makes registration very difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and add, let's say, a 2 pixel stroke to this red layer by right-clicking on red layer, going to blending options, stroke, and 2. I'm going to do 2. So you'll see this black line has been added to my layer. That'll help things get registered very easily. So again, 2 pixels on the outside position, and the color black is fine because when we're printing on our transparencies, we don't want to print red on our transparencies. We want to print a very dark color for when the screen is being burned. So I'm going to also do color overlay and then make that black. So you'll see that's black now, and I want to do the same thing for black layers. So I just copy and paste those layer effects over. This is fully black. So now I have my 2 layers, my red layer, my black layer right there, and they're aligned perfectly with a 2-stroke on the pixels to make sure it prints okay, or so you can line it up correctly. So now I'm going to select all of my layers and copy and paste them over here. So you'll see, and the reason why I'm doubling this up is because the darkness of the transparencies matters quite a bit. When you're burning something, the darker the color, the better, because the light won't shine through, and you'll get a cleaner burn with your screens. So now all you have to do is Command P, print this to your transparencies. So you print the red layer, and then you print the black layer right there, making sure, So again, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to select everything, paste it down here. So now you've got your black layers here. These are my two black layers. And these are my two red layers. So I'm going to print this on a transparency, cut it in half, tape it together, and then burn that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the black layer. So in the end, you should have two separate prints of transparencies, one with the red layer, one with the black layer. You paste them on top of each other so they're nice and dark for the burn, and then print them like that. All right, I hope that helped.